Welcome back to Tipsy Whiskey Shenanigans. I'm Steven, and tonight, whenever the heck you're watching this, we are getting into my first ever Larceny barrel-proof bottle. We are getting into Larceny B522. Before we get into today's review, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, do all those great YouTubey things, but let's get into this review you came here today. So we're getting into Larceny B522. Before we get into that though, we need to go over what is this bottle? What is Larceny Barrel Proof? So Larceny is the wheated mash billed bourbon from Heaven Hill, or one of, because they have so many names, but it's essentially kind of like the competitor to the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. So like think Elijah Craig is kind of like the rye mash bill, Larceny is like the wheated mash bill. This specific release of Larceny is at 123.8 proof. This is the B batch of 2022. It's 6 to 8 years old, just like all the other previous releases. And MSRP is around $60-ish. I paid $68 for mine at Total Wine, which usually has pretty fantastic prices. Why is this my first ever Larceny when it's supposed to kind of be similar to Elijah Craig, which, I mean, again, wheated and rye mash bills, that's wildly different, but this is kind of like the wheated version of Elijah Craig, and I love Elijah Craig. So why is this my first ever bottle? Well, I have a complicated history with wheated bourbons. I have a love-hate relationship. I'm not the biggest fan of wheated flavor profiles, but like I said, I'm a huge Elijah Craig fan, huge Heaven Hill fan. So if in theory there's a wheated bourbon I'm gonna love, it's gonna be Larceny. So when I saw it on the shelves for, $68, pretty fair price for this bottle, I just had to pick it up. Obviously, I've had it for like a week. I've had a few drinks from it just to kind of give it some headspace so I can give a completely honest review of it. But let's get into this bottle. Larceny Barrel Proof B522. Let's get into it. This bourbon is very bright, but also it's kind of dark at the same time. It's kind of confusing. So usually on wheated bourbons, I get this kind of like a little brighter, lighter, more floral, more like kind of bready flavor profile, usually sweeter vanillas and stuff. This, getting a lot of brown sugar and baking spices, like heavy baking spices. Heavy baking spices. Yeah, brown sugar, a little bit of nutmeg, cinnamon, a little clove, maybe a touch of like caramel, but at that point I'm reaching. Not very fruity, maybe some cherries, but again, feel like I'm reaching for that one. The most dominant things are kind of that like wheated sweetness, heavy brown sugar, nutmeg, cinnamon, and clove. Like those baking spices are exploding out with that brown sugar. Yeah, this is insanely baking spice heavy. I mean, for wheated bourbon on the nose, not bad. And again, I'm not the biggest fan of a wheated bourbon profile usually. That being said, doesn't smell bad on the nose. It's inviting, not too strong with the ethanol, which is surprising with it being at 123.8 proof. I would expect to get slapped around a little bit more. But again, weeded, I usually get like softer, less aggressive flavors going on. So that might also be playing into play. Let's go ahead and get in the palate. Ooh. Heavy clove, cinnamon, cherries, brown sugar, heavy brown sugar again. This is so thick in that brown sugar. Cherries, maybe a little bit of like leather and oak towards there at the end. A little bit of like a walnut nuttiness as well. I mean, I kind of like it. That being said, one thing I will say, I hated this bottle originally. That's why it is probably like 4 or 5 drinks deep before I got into the review. I did one little crack of it and I was like, all right, let's give this a chance. I was like, this is not good. This is not even remotely good. Now that we're obviously down in the neck, I like it. I like it a lot. Is it a competitor to Elijah Craig in my book? Not even remotely close. But for weeded bourbon, not bad. Not bad. I'd put it in comparison to like a Maker's 46 cask strength in my opinion. Maybe better. I'll have to do side by side on that. Yeah, it's soft, nice mouthfeel. So much brown sugar, baking spices, heavy cinnamon. So there's not too much cinnamon on the nose, but so much cinnamon on the palate. Cherries, nice oak. Nice mouthfeel. That's one thing I have noticed. Weeded flavor profiles, always a solid mouthfeel. Or well, not always, but more often than not, solid mouthfeel. This, great mouthfeel. Great, fantastic mouthfeel. So, that being said, full disclosure, going into this review, I thought I was going to shit on it because this is the first time I've actually truly enjoyed this bottle. Completely, like truly enjoyed. It's been getting better slowly, but you know, 3 or 4 drinks, let it sit for a week. Now, completely opened up. This, I like this bottle now. Is that what you're gonna have to do with all the bottles? I don't know. But that being said, $65 bottle. I'm gonna say try before you buy. Solely on the background of I hated this originally and I had to let it get air before I liked it. Like I like it enough to buy it. Would I buy another one? Probably not. Me personally, probably wouldn't buy another one of these batches. That being said, I do like it. I think it's good. It's just I don't like it enough to say like, hey, you should go out and buy this. This is a fantastic bottle. It's okay. It's okay. With what I've heard about Larceny and this specific bottle, after trying it, I'm gonna say it's safe to say probably try before you buy with most Larcenys. I mean, there might be a weird one out there, you know, where someone's like, buy. But me personally, I just saved my money for the Elijah Craigs. You can't go wrong with an Elijah Craig. This Larceny ain't it. It just ain't it. But that's a wrap for this video. Please do me a favor, like, comment, and subscribe. Helps us out a ton and we appreciate the support. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys thought about my review of this bottle. Let me know what you guys thought about my take on this bottle. Let me know if there's any Larcenys that are worth buying right out the gate. Let me know if there's any bottles you think are better than Larceny in the weeded flavor profile. Also, check out the Instagram, Facebook, and the Patreon. The links for all that stuff are down there below. We appreciate your support, though. Cheers. We'll see you later.